Hey there, so in this video, we're going to look at how you can edit the email that you send login details and welcome and onboard your clients inside PT Distinction. So let's go look on my screen and have a look at how we can actually do this. So on the screen now, you can see we're inside our PT Distinction account, and the login details email I'm talking about is the one that's just literally called send login details. So you'll find this when you add a client into PT Distinction. You'll put the details into the account. Click Save, and you'll be asked if you want to send login details to the client, just like this, where you can actually include your own message. You can also find this same email from within inside your client account by clicking Send Login Details here. You can also find it by clicking Send Login Details here. You can also send login details from within a group by going to the drop-down menu, selecting Send Login Details to send it all group members. You can also do that from within inside the group dashboard as well by clicking Send Login Details, and it'll send it out to all members of that particular group. You can also do this as well inside the Premade Packages. So when you create a Premade package, down here in the Sign Line section, you'll have this little tick box here to enable your login details. So if you use any of those options, it will send an email out to your client, which will include things such as the link for them to log in, so the login page link or your mini site link. You'll also include their username, their login email address, and a password as well. Now that password can be the one that's generated inside PT Distinction if you was to add a client manually, or if you was to add a client via a pre-made package and they set up their own password, the password link will still be in there, but it'll have some hashes taking away some of that password just for security reasons, because they should already know their particular password. So how do you actually edit that email? Well, in truth, you can't actually edit that email. That email is fixed by PT Distinction, and you don't have a way to go in the software and edit it. But that doesn't mean you can't actually send your own customized email out to your clients when you onboard them. Now, there's two ways to do this. One way is to go into the client once you've added them into the system. Don't send the login details to start off with. And then once you've actually added them into the system, you can go into their account, go to the message center, and you can select email in the top. And once you've done that, you can write out your email that you want to welcome them with. Now, when you write out that email, you can use these placeholders down the side. And these placeholders are there to allow the software to change that placeholder with the relevant password, the relevant email address, and so on for that particular client. So as long as you include in your welcome email the email placeholder, which is here, the password placeholder, which is here, the login placeholder, which is this one, and if you're using the apps, your app placeholders for the Apple app and the Android app down here. So as long as you include these in your email, and then you can put in all the other bump around it if you wanted to personalize it, then it will go out to your client. Now that's all well and good if you've got maybe a handful of clients, but what about when you've got lots and lots of clients? You don't want to be writing out that email time and time again. So the way you can kind of automate this and speed things up is using groups. So to add a group, you're going to go to the group section up here and click add group. And what I recommend you do is create a welcome group. We'll just call it welcome here. I'm going to call this 0.1 test for now, and click add, and then click OK. And that's going to take me into the group dashboard. And up here at the top where it says group message center, if we click on there, you go in the message center, you can set up an email. And along the top, we have a number of different options. And the email option we're going to choose is this one called on joining. And all that basically means as soon as you add a client to this group, it's going to trigger that email to go out to them, which basically means it's an on joining email as soon as they join this particular group. Now inside here, you can give it a title saying, hey, welcome to my program, or whatever you want to put. And then again, you can use these different placeholders down here, except this time you can also use the first name placeholder. And that means it will personalize that first name with their actual name. And then you can use the rest of these placeholders to build out your particular welcome email. Now, there's actually some more advantages of doing it this way, because whenever you onboard a client, the chances are not only do you want to send them a welcome email, you may want to have other things as well that you're going to do for all clients, such as you may want to add in forms for every single client that signs up, like a PAR-Q and informed consent, or maybe some sort of tracking, some coaching items to say, hello, welcome to the program. Certain things you are going to do the same for all clients when you onboard them. So I'll take advantage of using this group here in order to do that. Now, to save you a little bit of time, If you actually go into your PTD account and go to the community area at the top and go and select on partners, you can pick PTD Ninja. Inside here, just type in welcome at the top. And I've already made you a PTD Ninja 101 welcome group that you can use to onboard all your clients. If you click copy, and you can copy this group into your account. I'm going to click go to go and view it in the templates. And you can see that in here now we've actually copied over that group. So if you click on that now, you'll see that if you go up into the message center, I've already created you a welcome message that's going to go out to your client inside here. If you hit the drop down menu and hit view edit, you can see that's set to go on joining. And I've already put in the placeholders for you, the links in and so on that you need, and also opportunities to link in other things such as Facebook groups and the like. Also inside that group, if you go back, some of the forms as well that you might use when you first onboard a client, as well as a little welcome document in there, just giving the client an idea of how to use the particular setup. So I've had some things in there to give you an idea of what this welcome group could look like, and also just to get you started as well on the setup. Now you have that particular welcome group, you can use that when onboarding your clients. So for example, if you go down to the add a client here, and you go to add a client in the future, you can put in your details for that client. But when you get down to this section here where it says add groups, hit your drop down menu, select the welcome group and click add. Now, when you do that and click save, it will automatically add in that welcome group, which will trigger that email on joining. So it's going to go out straight away. Now, when you do that, it's still going to ask you if you want to send login details once you hit save. Just hit no thanks. That means it will not send the PT Distinction login details, but it will send out the login details that you've already made inside this welcome group. Also, when you're doing this, if you want to make sure you use this every single time, if you click on the lock button just here, what that will do is lock that group in place. So that means every time you add in a new client, that group will always be there and copy it into the account. If for whatever reason you do add in a client and you don't want to send out these login details, just uncheck the copy box and then hit save. And that just means that information will not get copied over into that client's account. You can also use that group in your Premade packages as well. So if you go down to your Premade packages here, when creating a Premade package, inside that group or inside that package, you can go to your add group section and you can include the welcome group that we just created, just like so. So it goes out straight away. Then what you do is in your sell online section, head down here and uncheck the login details email enabled. That will stop the automated one that goes out from PT Distinction, and it will include the one that's inside that group that you've created to go out to your client. So that's how you can basically edit and adapt the onboarding email and the welcome email for your clients when they onboard into your software. Hope that helps. Of course, any questions, please let us know. Bye-bye.